Hey guys, this is Ben Anderson. Happy to have you guys watching my video today. I'm today talking about how to invest in real estate. It was high time I made this video. I've been in real estate for 15 years, bought and sold many properties, but I'm in the financing side of the game. I've been in the loan financing business for 15 years. I've written over $3 billion in personal real estate transactions, helped 10,000 people finance their mortgages. So I understand leverage and money and real estate as good as anybody else out there, which is why I wanted to give you guys the truth, transparency on how you should invest in real estate. There's a couple ways you can do it. Number one, as an owner-occupied owner, and number two, as an investor. Real estate is the most secure way to get wealthy when it comes to using your money wisely. Let's talk about the owner-occupied investor. Here's a very simple strategy that will make you very cash wealthy. Number one, when you buy a property and it's your first property, my advice is don't be fancy. What does that mean? It means buy a property that you can live in that will also pay you for doing it. Does that sound special? It's a secret that most people really don't know. So if you're buying a property, you can buy a single family home, you can buy a 2-unit property, a triplex, which is 3, or a quadruplex, which is 4 units. If you buy a 2, 3, or 4-unit property, you can live in one and you can lease out the other. Here's a great thing about that. The tenant can actually pay your mortgage. I know the mortgage line pretty damn well. When it comes to mortgage financing, let's say you buy a 2-unit property versus a single family home. Government lending allows you to borrow money up to $800,000 plus if it's a 2-unit property versus $730,000 in some zip codes and counties if it's a 1-unit property. So buying a 2 or 3 or 4-unit property, the more units you buy, the more government money is available to lend to you. So if you buy a 2-unit property, all you have to do is put down 3.5%. Let's get our calculator out. Let's say you buy a property for $800,000 that you want to live in, and you put down 3.5%. You're only putting down $28,000. But if you get a tenant in the property, that tenant can pay you to cover a portion or all of your mortgage. Now, you're doing a couple of things. You're living rent-free or almost rent-free. You're also getting rent from the tenant, which pays your mortgage balance down. Over time, your balance goes down from 8 to 7 to 6 to 5, where eventually your home has been paid off. Here's the cool news. Rents go up year over year. So as you stay in the property longer, your tenant pays you more. So years from now, you're collecting more rent than the actual payment on your mortgages. I would know, I'm in finance. That's how you make it wealthy in real estate. Because you buy a home for $800,000, in 10 years, it's probably worth $1.5 million. And you probably only owe $575,000 on it. Now you almost have $1 million in equity. That's cash money, and you're not paying anything monthly. That's the way to start out your investment. I said before, don't get fancy. People want to buy the big house and get the big dream out the way. Well, that's fine, but that big house, that big dream might cost you $5,000 or $6,000 a month to live in, and no one pays your bill. So when I say when you start out smart, don't be fancy, buy a property where the tenant can live in one of the units and you can rent out the other one. It gets even better. You buy a 2-unit to 3 or a 3 to 4, all those extra houses that are attached to that property is extra rent you can live in. Here's the cool news. After a certain amount of time you lived in the property, maybe you want to buy another property. Maybe now you want to buy that fancy home. Buy that fancy home second. You can put a renter in the other unit. Now both units are tenant occupied and they're actually paying you cash flow. Now the extra cash flow you can put towards buying a house that you want. And now the home's gone up in value, you can actually pull cash out of the home and put that down on the home that's your dream home. So don't buy your dream home first. That is my advice when it comes to buying real estate. Buy investment properties first and then buy dream homes second. And if you follow this model of buying investment properties a second or third or fourth time, you can continue to generate cash producing assets where the renter of your home actually pays for your mortgage. So I wanted to give you guys some great advice today on how to buy a property, how to make it an investment that you actually can live in, because government rules allow you to buy a property and get enough money to cover the mortgage and put a minimum down payment down. And the more units that you buy, the larger loan you can get, because the government allows you to borrow more money according to the unit size. That's my tip today. If you liked it and you want more guidance like this, put what kind of video you'd want to see in the comment section below and subscribe, and I'd make sure to make all of my tips available to you. I've done this for 15 years. I've done $3 billion in mortgage. I've helped 10,000 families achieve homeownership, and I am ready to give all my secrets away. That's all I got today. Let's go crush it.